Good morning, everyone. In our previous class, we had started Unit 16. It is classification of plants and animals. In this lesson, we have discussed up to the advantage of binomial system of nomenclature. In the beginning, we had started with taxonomy. We had seen the definition of taxonomy. We had read that taxonomy is the branch of biology that deals with the study of identification, nomenclature, and classification of living organisms. Similarly, next we had been introduced with the term classification, and we had also seen why the classification is very important. After the classification, we came to a new topic. It was nomenclature. Nomenclature means the process of assigning name to any living organism, and there is a system to assign a name to a living organism, and that system is called binomial system of nomenclature. Binomial system of nomenclature gives the name by comprising two names. The first name is known as the generic name that determines the genus of a living organism, and the second name is known as the specific name which determines the species of a living organism. So today we are going to continue this topic. Like the page which is being flashed in front of you, once see the name of the topic there, it is hierarchy of categories. Once see there, a category is a rank or level given in the classification of organisms. There are seven obligate categories. The obligate categories are as follows. If you will see it nicely, you will find that we have got seven groups are here. At the top, we have kingdom. Here, kingdom is the biggest group. After the kingdom, we have division. In plants, in plants, after the kingdom, we have division. Similarly, in animals, after the kingdom, we have phylum. It means division is after the kingdom in plants, and phylum is after the kingdom in animals. After the division in phylum, we have got here class. Next is the order, then genus, and at last we have got here species. Here, kingdom is at the top. It means kingdom is the biggest group of classification. Similarly, species is at the bottom. Here, species is the smallest unit of classification. Species can also be called as the basic unit of classification. And here, these seven groups or these seven categories are arranged in the descending order, and the arrangement of these groups, the arrangement of these units of classification is called taxonomic hierarchy. So here we have seen a new word here. We have seen the definition of a new word, and that is taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy is the arrangement of different units of classification. Okay, so basically we have seven units of classification which are arranged in the descending order as shown in the above page. Okay, now we are going to discuss about these all units of classification one by one. All then first we will begin with the smallest unit, and that is species. Once see there in one number we have got here species. Species is the lowest category regarded as the basic unit of classification. Just now I said you that species is the smallest unit of classification. It can also be known as the basic unit of classification. It is a group of similar individuals which resembles with each other in morphology and breed among themselves to produce fertile offsprings. Okay, now to make this understand more nicely, I would like to give you the example. Like in this earth, there are so many human beings are there. Like in this earth, more than 7 billion human beings are there. But the interesting thing is that all the human beings of this earth are similar in morphology and they can breed between themselves. It means similar in morphology means they are similar in the external structure. For an example, my external structure is identical with your external structure. No, like whatever the parts I have got in my body, the similar kind of part you have also got in your body. It means we both are similar in morphology. No, so like this only, it means that we both belong to the same species. So here species is the group of similar living organisms that can breed among themselves to produce fertile offsprings. Okay, now next we have got here. Let's talk about some examples of different species of living organism that can cross. Okay, now so I said you the definition of species. Similarly, now let's talk about some different species that can also breed between themselves. I mean to say that the living organism which are of same species they can interbreed between themselves. Interbreed means they can reproduce between themselves. But some living organism which are of different species they can also breed between themselves. Like one see here, when female horse and male donkey are crossed, then they will form a fertile offspring, and that is known as a mule. No, like mule is the offspring. Offspring means here a child, we can say. No, like baby. Mule is the offspring that is formed when female horse and male donkey are crossed. Similarly, next we have got here when zebra and donkey are crossed. Here, zebra and donkey are two different species. When zebra and donkey are crossed, it will form a fertile offspring that is called as genki. Next, we have got here when male tiger and female lion. Here, male tiger and female lion are different species. When they are crossed, it will form a fertile offspring, and that is known as tigon. When goat and sheep are crossed, it will form a fertile offspring called jeep. Similarly, when potato plant and tomato plant are crossed, it will form a new plant. It is known as pomato. Okay, so here, what can we understand from here? No, that is the living organism which are of same species they can breed between themselves, but some living organism which are of different species they can also breed in between themselves. Okay, now it was about the species. So once again I will say you for the memory that species is defined as the group of living organism which are identical in morphology and can breed between themselves. Okay, now let's go to the next page here. In next page now we have got here genus. Genus is bigger than the species. Genus is the group of similar species. Like if you will see in the definition, you will find that similar species constitute the next higher category called genus. It means genus is the group of living organism which are of similar species. It means here those living organism are present whose species are not exactly same, but it is quite similar. For example, cat and tiger. Cat and tiger are two different species, but although they are quite similar with each other. So here we can say that cat and tiger are of the same genus. No, it means genus is the group of living organism that have similar species. Okay. Okay, now next we have got in 3 number we have got here family. A group of genus, or we can say genera. Here genera is the plural form of genus. A group of genera with certain common characteristic form a family. It means a family is a group of genus that possess some common characteristics. Once all of you mark the definition here, words are new but the definition are not so difficult. All then first, we studied about the basic unit of classification, that is the smallest unit of classification called species. Species is the group of living organism having similar morphology and which can breed in between themselves. For example, the entire human being of this earth belong to the same species. After that, we have got here genus. Genus is the group of similar species, not same species. Okay, like genus is the group of similar species. It means if two different species are quite similar, then they are said to be of the same genus. For example, cat and tiger, they are two different species, but they are quite similar. So we can say that they belong to the same genus. And similarly, family is a group of genus with certain common characteristics. Like if there are several genus having some similar characteristics, then they are said to belong to the same family. No, it means family is a group of genus that possess some common characteristics. Okay, after this now we have got here order. Order is a group of related families. No, like order is a group of related families. It means if some different families have some similar characteristics. If different families have similar characteristics, then they are said to be of the same order. After this, we have got here class. If different order have similar characteristics, then they are said to be of the same class. No, it means no, these all things are interrelated here. And as we are moving forward, the group is increasing. It means in beginning we had seen about species. It was the smallest unit of classification. Now we are in class. Class is bigger than the previous units. Okay, now next we have got here phylum and division. Now, if different classes, if different classes of living organism have some common characteristics, then they are said to belong to the same phylum or division. Okay, like once again I am saying this, if different classes of living organism have some similar characteristics between them, then they are said to belong to the same phylum or division. And finally we have got here kingdom. Kingdom is the largest group of living organism. No, like kingdom is the largest group of living organism. So here it means all the units of classification, they come under the kingdom. Okay, now in my previous class I had said about the two kingdom classification system. Two kingdom classification system was developed by Carolus Linnaeus, and according to two kingdom classification system, Carolus Linnaeus had categorized living organism into two kingdoms. The first is plant kingdom and second is animal kingdom. But we have one more kingdom classification system. It is known as five kingdom classification system, and the five kingdom classification system is developed by, it is given by R.H. Whittaker. Okay, so this is also a very important thing to remember, that Carolus Linnaeus had discovered two kingdom classification system and R.H. Whittaker had developed five kingdom classification system. According to two kingdom classification system, living organisms are classified into two kingdoms. They are plant kingdom and animal kingdom. But here we are not going to talk about two kingdom classification system. Here we shall discuss about five kingdom classification system. Okay, now see in your page here, we have got a list of five kingdom classification system. The first kingdom is here the Monera. Second kingdom is Protista. Third kingdom is Fungi. Fourth kingdom is plant, and fifth kingdom is animal. It means R.H. Whittaker had classified living organism much broadly in comparison to the two kingdom classification system. So here we have altogether five kingdoms, and in my next video, I will uh, I will begin with the first kingdom, and that is Kingdom Monera. So it's okay then. In this video, I am going to conclude here only. In my next video that I will upload within a moment, there I will explain about. I will start with the Kingdom Monera. It's okay for now. Thank you.